later today. The Aussies and the Irish are in, though, for the first match, and they are still streaming in off the street here in Santa Fe. Let's take a look at the standings across the pools. And Pool A, France taking on Wales later today at the Racecourse Stadium in Rosario, where it is Argentina and Fiji clashing here in Santa Fe. France leading Pool A with the Welsh just a point behind. Pool B, well, it is the two top teams, Australia and Ireland, taking each other on next here in Santa Fe. England and Italy later this afternoon. The Aussies and the Irish, 5 points apiece. It'll be a cracking match, surely the match of the tournament thus far. And Pool C, New Zealand and South Africa lead the way, both on 5 points. South Africa take on Georgia at the Racecourse Stadium in Rosario, and the Kiwis take on the Scots later this afternoon. The biggest clash of the tournament thus far, the battle for Pool B, heating up here in Santa Fe. A crisp morning here, as I say. Bienvenidos to Sean Holly. Sean, this will be a brilliant match to kick off the day.
Good morning, Andrew. What a game we have in store here at Santa Fe. A real intriguing encounter. Both teams winning their match day one clashes convincingly in the end. So this is going to be one that's going to be tough for us to call today.
The two skippers were immense in their clashes, their first matches. Fraser McWright and Charlie Ryan, those two guys inspirational.
Yeah, both led from the front in their wins in match day one, and they'll be key in various different ways today. The winner of this encounter today, Andrew, has a big chance to go on and win this tournament.
Here's a look at the two sides. The forward pack's key for the Australian side today.
Yeah, it is. We saw some great footwork and ball handling from Wood and Hosea in match day one. McCrae was fantastic. Look out for Harris carrying the ball too.
And then in the back line, the centre pairing of Alessio and Tupou caused a lot of problems.
Yeah, Tupou's an experienced campaigner, played in the Under-20s Championship before. Watch out for him. And Lucas at 15.
The Irish side, just a couple of changes to the forward pack.
Yeah, Hodnett was great at 7, but Waters came off the bench. McCann 2 tries. So the back row really is instrumental for this Irish side.
And Kernahan comes onto the wing in the back line.
Yeah, the Ulster Academy player. Look out, Russell comes to full back. But Casey at 9, the Munster man, he's the man that makes them tick.
And the replacements, of course, in this Under-20s World Championships. The front row replacements, you can only use the first 3, but then you can use anyone down to number 28, although there are a couple of numbers missing today.
Yeah, Ireland in particular missed a few players, a couple of flying out to join them. They're struggling in the prop department on the bench, Andrew, today.
What a match to kick off match day 2 here in Santa Fe. Australia taking on Ireland for Pool B supremacy. 5 points apiece. England and Italy playing later today, but this one is a cracking matchup. As I say, good morning to Sean Holly. Sean, what a cracking day for it.
Absolutely fabulous day in Santa Fe, and the crowd, the locals are streaming in. Obviously the Pumitas are playing later on in the day, but they're all keen to watch this big matchup. As I said earlier, which one of these teams can progress today and really challenge for the Under-20s Championship title?
Perfect still conditions. Normally we see a bit of a breeze here in Santa Fe, but this morning, beautiful and still, a bit of dew on the ground.
Yeah, a little bit crisp this morning, but it's fantastic conditions. No wind anywhere. You'll see the flags around, and that's great for a great game of running rugby.
And a bit of support for both these sides as well in the grandstands
today.
Yeah,
a lot of parents are here over from Ireland. You'll see the green and the flags being waved, but there is some wallaby flags. I see some inflatables as well. So I think the Irish guys have just taken the higher ground at the moment, but great support for every team here at Santa Fe.
We're almost set for the anthems of these two sides. And a good crowd streaming in here in Santa Fe. A lovely morning for it, a crisp morning. And let's get set for the anthems.
Para escuchar los himnos nacionales de las selecciones. Primero, escucharemos el himno nacional de Australia.
Australia.
Ahora escucharemos el himno nacional de Irlanda.
These two teams are pumped up today, this morning in Santa Fe. Here's a look at the Australian side. Again, Sean Holly, the forward pack key.
Yeah, look out for Wood at 4. His footwork was instrumental in the win over Italy. And Tupou at 13. Experienced campaigner, gets Australia across that advantage line.
And Sione Tui comes onto the wing for the Aussies as well. Here's a look at the Irish team. Their skipper, Charlie Ryan, was very good in a bit of a shift in the back row.
Yeah, a little bit of shift. You know, Waters comes in after coming on the bench, and Hodnett plays at 8. He moves from 7. McCann scored 2 tries. This is a very tenacious, resilient Ireland team off the back of their Grand Slam win in the Northern Hemisphere.
And Rob Russell replaces Hughes at the back. Here's a look at the replacements. Of course, the front row replacements will always be there, but you can pick any 5 extra replacements down to number 28, although a few numbers missing today.
Yeah, Ireland in particular, shorn of a few numbers due to injury. Front row will be an issue. 2 hookers on there, 1 prop. We'll see how that develops.
Christoph Ridley, the referee this morning, and he will take charge of this one. Surely the biggest match thus far of the tournament. Australia and Ireland. Pool B, nothing between them. Both on 5 points. Both with good wins in their first matches. And they'll be looking for a victory here today to get the edge. Harrison gets the Aussies started and drops it onto the 22 in this Pool B clash between Australia and Ireland at the Under-20s World Championships.
9, use it. Wait.
Ireland look to clear straight away. Casey puts it into touch. Down towards the 40. Good start.
Yeah, good start from both sides, really. Settling the nerves. Casey was instrumental in driving Ireland forward in match day 1.
That's a good gap.
But this Wallaby defence was really intact against Italy.
Lonergan finds his mark. And Wilson crashes through the Irish defence. Wood spoke about his footwork. He was strong in game 1 against Italy.
Thank you.
Angus Bell. 192 centimetres, big boy for a front rower. Harrison to Lucas. They're up on Lucas quickly. The support's there. Again, Wood, another carry. The big lock. Harrison, little chip through, a little grubber and chasing after it is Tupou, but it's been well picked up by Russell. Not his best kick though. Lucas on the counter.
Play on, the tackle's made, no effect.
Harrison. Lalesio floats it over the top to Tupou. Tupou stepping. Bit of continuity here for the Wallabies. Wilson this time can't hold on to it. Knocked it forward. Junior Wallabies trying to
no advantage. Knock on,
upset the breakdown there, a first mistake.
Well, a pretty lung-busting opening, really, for both teams. 2 minutes worth of ball in play. And the Wallabies looking dangerous to start. Tupou, we mentioned, in the 13 channel. But you have to say that Ireland's defence is intact. They've corralled the fullback, the danger man, Isaac Lucas. This is going to be an intriguing battle today, Andrew. Lots at stake so early in the championship.
Australia absorbed so much pressure from Italy.
Here's your mark.
But the Italian scrum was fairly dominant against the Aussies in that first game.
Yeah, it was. And Italy had a lot of possession in that match day. One encounter with the Junior Wallabies, but they worked it out, the Wallabies. They got enough possession and they had the class behind to finish them off.
That's good.
The Irish, of course, defeating England in that first match.
Bind. Stand up. Okay, you both met in the middle. We said space, let's hold that please, or we'll just go to free kick. Let's go again.
Referee very keen on getting that space pre-engagement. It's something that Alan Roland, World Rugby, really hot on this. Player welfare, hold yourself pre-engagement, get that space, and then come into the engagement process. So Christoph Ridley really getting it right early on.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Pressure coming from the Junior Wallabies. They earned the penalty. I think it was Clarkson who put his knee on the ground.
Fellas, hands down, hands down. Hands down. I'm going to speak to them. It's a penalty against the tight end for going to his knee. I'll speak to them about what happened after I blew the whistle, okay? Just control your players. I'm going to speak to them. Hang on, hang on, hang on. Really important. If I give you a penalty and you goad them again like that, slapping, cheering, I will turn the penalty over straight away. Okay, that's the last time it's going to happen. No. Go talk to your players, please.
Excellent officiating by Christoph Ridley. We don't want to see the over-elaborate celebrations. Yes, they're pleased with winning that penalty, and it was a great penalty to win against the tight end from Ireland, but, you know, that's enough. You know, don't celebrate, go back, take your penalty, let Ireland take their medicine, and the referee's very clear on sportsmanship there.
So I just reverse penalties. Okay, same for you guys as well, same standards.
Yeah, a little push and shove after that scrum penalty to the Junior Wallabies. Obviously plenty of passion in this one. Pool B, it's so tight.
Well, you mentioned Angus Bell in his ball carry, a big man. He did so well there to apply the pressure on Thomas Clarkson, the tight end from Ireland, to win his side a penalty.
Harrison with his first shot of the day in Santa Fe. And he likes it. The flags go up. It's 3 points to 0. The Junior Wallabies leading Ireland here in Santa Fe.
With the run of play, Andrew, you know, good possession from the Wallabies early on. A dominant first scrum. Angus Bell causing Thomas Clarkson all sorts of problems, and a beautiful strike coming in there from Will Harrison.
So Flannery with the ball for the Irish here. High kick-off. Hosea is underneath it for the Junior Wallabies.
Timing's good, backwards.
That one's gone backwards. Wood can't hold on to it. Now he drags it in.
Okay, not now.
A little bit untidy from the Junior Wallabies off that kick-off. Lucas looked to kick, but now sends it to Harrison on the left-hand side, sends it down into the Irish half, and Flannery's back there. A little chip ahead from Flannery, but the captain, Fraser McWright from the Junior Wallabies, is back to tidy up. Slow ball. Will Harris try in the first match against Italy. Bell. Another carry from Angus Bell has been busy in the first 5. Harrison
outside, hold in front.
Goes high.
Good.
The chasers are coming, but Russell does well for Ireland.
Okay, advantage.
Have the penalty advantage for the high tackle.
Penalty advantage, high tackle.
Another penalty advantage. Flannery Shifts it across. Ognitz crashing into the defence. Clarkson. Junior Wallabies looking to hold him up. Will come back for the penalty.
High tackle.
Well, some good field coverage from both sets of players there. Russell Flannery for Ireland in the backfield, and Will Harrison certainly has a sweet left foot.
High tackle, lads. Bit lower,
Beautiful day here, but still a kicking game is going to be very important. But a high tackle picked up by assistant referee Craig Evans. A real chance for Ireland to get their first bit of attacking territory.
Flannery finds the line. About 30 out from the Wallabies goal line.
On him at line outs.
One thing about this Irish team, Andrew, is that they don't go away. We saw in the Six Nations, now they come back from behind. We saw against England, it was a tit-for-tat game, but they're very resilient. They don't go away.
Okay, middle, please. Middle. That's great. Stay there. Thank you.
The Aussies dominating early possession, but the Irish overthrown there by Dylan Tierney-Martin. Still picked up well by Flannery. Comes the short side. And Kernahan runs it into the 22. Caught the Aussies napping down the short side. That one,
Release.
an illegal strip.
He's on the floor.
And they earn another penalty, the Irish.
Yeah, referee had called that it was a tackle. Knees on the floor, as he's explaining now. So you have to release. Another penalty. But it's funny sometimes how a bouncing ball creates something out of nothing. Flannery came back against the grain to find Kernahan. And the Ulsterman has good feet and gas.
Make
We
sure
see
you
it
come down
here.
straight away, nice and quick.
The Irish player has got his knee to ground, and I think it's the skipper McCraig who failed to release.
Big chance for the Irish here. They set up the ball. Tierney-Martin in control at the back. The Aussies driving it towards the touchline, and Tierney-Martin comes back to the short side, and smashed was Kernahan. Junior Wallabies looking to apply all sorts of pressure at the breakdown, and they win the penalty.
Wow, great bit of defence from the Junior Wallabies.
Counter-ruck is good.
Now that maul from Ireland is very threatening. The hooker, Dylan Tierney-Martin, he was the top try scorer in the Six Nations. He was looking to drive again, and Kernahan got smashed in a big hit. And that's a vital turnover for the Wallabies.
Santiago,
it was a bit of a hospital pass from Tierney-Martin to Kernahan, and he was wild here.
Bang. Yeah, Kernahan, a winger, up against Wood, the number 4 lock. So a bit of a mismatch there, but it's exactly what the Junior Wallabies needed as Ireland threatened from the maul.
Great, thanks.
I think we're going to see quite a lot of this, Andrew, you know. Nip and tuck, cagey game, kicking game, and big hits in defence. It's who can stand up the best towards the end of the game.
Boys, no issue at all.
These junior sides, only under 20s, but some large humans in the forwards backs.
Well, no,
yeah, front fives especially.
Yeah, Mark's back in, just where the player is down. Guys ready?
So it is the Junior Wallabies winning the penalty after the first little bit of pressure from the Irish.
Right, both teams have settled into the game now after so much tension to start. They get a feel for each other, the hits have gone in.
Yeah, we saw a bit of a push and shove in that first scrum. They've now worked all that out, and we're settling into some wonderful under-20s World Championship rugby.
Yeah, as we say, now the loser of this game, all's not lost. They can still come through, but the winner puts himself in pole position.
It's a little bit untidy for McDonald, but the Aussies, Lucas, so evasive, made some scything runs in the last match against Italy.
Okay, advantage, not rolling.
Junior Wallabies have the penalty advantage, and Hosea charging over the advantage line. Harrison looked for the little chip kick. Slid off the side of the boot. Ryan Baird was there.
He had about 35 metres to go, but that would have been one for his family to watch. But what a carry from Trevor Hosea, the big second row. Really getting over that advantage line, and yet another penalty. I think we've seen 2 or 3 penalties on either side now, Andrew, and it's a bit of a coach killer this early in the game.
Yeah, not rolling away being the main offence at this stage. Both sides want to play a high tempo in attack.
Line's yours, fellas. Line is yours, so come up if you want. Great.
There it is. Slow ball. McDonald. Harrison. Oh, and over the advantage line goes Harry Wilson. A little bit of footwork at the defensive line there. Hosea. Floated over the top for Tui. Sione Tui coming into the side late for Tristan Riley into the starting team. Michael Wood. His third or fourth touch now. Harrison, Alessio, flat ball, and Wilson looking for Lonergan on the outside. He's knocked it on though, couldn't hold on to it. Lachlan Lonergan.
Stay there, stay there, stay there. Good.
The Irish under the pump, but they survive.
It's a scrum advantage.
Bit of pressure on Lonergan.
Timing.
And on the pass from Wilson. Flannery.
Scrum advantage over.
Clears. The Wallabies will want to play on here. Harrison to Lucas. Lucas has Tui in support, stepping Isaac Lucas, beating the first tackle. McBride bounces off Ryan Baird. Going same way, the junior Wallabies. Hosea, another big carry from the second row. Wood shows wonderful footwork at the line. To just chew off an extra few inches. Wilson. Junior Wallabies happy to give it to the big boppers here.
Okay, not now too.
So they move into the Irish 22.
Thank you. No, you can't on the ball too.
The Irish put the pressure on at the breakdown and win the penalty. And it was Tierney Martin doing the job.
Wow, it's a vital turnover. The Irish defences grew as the phases grew. And when it got tighter and slower, it brought the tenacious hooker, Tierney Martin, into play.
Lads, I know you're getting triggered by their attacking runners. Just make sure we get that space right, please.
Christoph Ridley talking about the space there in defence, staying on side, but early warning signs for the Irishmen in the wide channels. A couple of long floated passes. Lovely play. Saw Harry Wilson in the wide channel, and Lachlan Lonergan just couldn't hold on to the ball in what would have been a certain try in the corner.
Will Harrison just controlling proceedings nicely at the moment for the junior Wallabies as well.
Yeah, both with hand and with feet, Andrew. Lovely left-footed kicking game and distributing well. They seem to have the measure of Isaac Lucas. They've obviously talked about him in the week as the threat, but there's lots of threats on that field. Wood and Hosea really carrying well in the second row.
It's been an intriguing and exhausting clash so far. We're only 13 minutes in.
Well, it's going to take its toll on the fitness, and of course we spoke about Ireland's bench sort of lacking a few numbers. So how their fitness is, we'll see towards the last 20 minutes, but it's all Wallabies at the moment.
Irish go long again over the top, and Stuart Moore. He's an abrasive centre. Stuart Moore wins the line out. The captain, Charlie Ryan.
No, not now.
Takes it for a carry.
Thank you.
Same way for the Irish. Flannery shifts it along the line to Turner. Baird. Quick ball. Moore. And that's flat to Waters. Came off the bench in the last match against England, made a real impact. Moore in at first receiver to Flannery. Flannery just offloads it in the tackle. Wallabies really putting pressure on at the breakdown, looking for that turnover. Angus Bell looks to rip that one away, but it's still Irish ball. Moore out the back to Turner. Russell across the line to Hodnett. They got hit hard and high, and they win the penalty.
Well, the players stayed down. It was patient build-up from Ireland, wasn't it?
We probably need to check it to measure the level of severity.
The officials will have a little look, because this is a high tackle.
Okay. Santiago coming
so we
up
see
to
Hodnett down.
I believe we've got high tackle. We just want to look at contact point and then the level of danger, please.
I will put it in a big screen.
Thanks very much.
Big decision coming up.
Yeah, it is. We saw that patient Wallaby defence that we saw against Italy. But Ireland did manage to get on the outside, and that's caused The high tackle on Hodnett. You see there the number 8 to play flanker in the first game. He's just ducking into it, but that's a high challenge coming in from Australia.
Yeah, it looks like Samisi Tupou could be in a bit of trouble here.
Yes, please.
One more in real speed is coming.
Okay, Santiago, can I just tell you what I'm seeing?
Yep.
Okay,
I listen to you.
We've got a high tackle.
Yep.
It's clear direct contact to the neck.
Yep.
It's at high speed with high danger. However, we've got a ball carrier who dropped in a quite significant height. He bends at the waist, and so there isn't time for the tackler to adjust. So for me, there's some mitigation here. So for that reason, I'm going to yellow card on this.
I agree with you, Christoph.
Okay, thanks very much. Could you just get the number for me, please?
Well, clear process from Christoph Ridley there. Definitely a high tackle. That'll be his first question. Foul play. Yes is the answer.
Is it yourself?
And then, are there any mitigating circumstances where the answer was yes, because the player, John Hodnett, is falling, and a yellow card's issued. Good officiating. No malice really in it coming in from Tupou, but he's a big player to lose for 10 minutes.
Yeah, particularly with the danger that the Irish centre pairing produce. Means there'll be one less defender in the back line for the Wallabies.
And this is what we saw in the Ireland-England match. England ill-disciplined, 2 yellow cards, 1 red card. Cost them as Ireland got their field position and took their chances.
Ireland go to the back. One there by Waters. They set up the maul.
Okay, keep it up, still a maul.
Tierney Martin in there digging. Junior Wallabies looking to latch onto it. It's there though for Casey if he wants it. Casey goes short side. Brought down. Irish a real chance here. McCann, the 2-try hero in the last match against England. Keeping it tight, the Irish. And putting the Junior Wallabies under all sorts of pressure. Junior Wallabies defending in tight though.
And defending well. Ireland keeping it tight, but the space is out wide.
Moore to Flannery. They look to shut Flannery down. Back to Moore, who shaped a kick, but the pressure coming from the Junior Wallabies through Harrison. Being driven backwards, the Irish. Waters lost that one forward. Big shot coming in from the Junior Wallabies, and they turn it over. And Nwanganitawasi coming away.
In case play comes back, I'm concerned about this player.
Well, it's an Irish player down. So the referees rightly stopped the game. Oh, great defence again from the Junior Wallabies. A man down. Ireland trying to go around the fringes. But they held firm, got the turnover. Angus Kernahan was hanging on the touchline, the far wing with Tupou off. Lacking a 13 in that channel, but Ireland's tactics to keep it in tight paid off for the Junior Wallabies defence.
There's a big hit coming in here from Lonergan. Knocked the ball free.
You okay? Happy? Yeah. Space is all right? Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Well, 17 minutes gone, Andrew, 3-0, and there's nothing between the teams really, and no malice in any really of any of the challenges, but it do take its toll. We talk about the fitness of the
I think
teams.
that'll probably change if you feel like that's happening. Yeah. Is that fair enough? Yeah, of course. Yeah. What was that? He's just asking about tackles.
Yeah. That's fine, but isn't it? Because the carry went.
Yeah, that's why it's just a yellow card.
Yeah. And on that one, that's fine as well.
Yeah, he just ducked into contact.
That's what we're restarting.
Like all good captains, having dialogue with the referee.
Yeah.
Really big shots.
Yeah, I want you to be clearly on your feet and clearly on
leading
the
the tackle stats with Waters.
Yeah, it just goes to show, doesn't it, that the Wallaby possession taking its toll a little bit more on Ireland. Possession is on, it's 53% in the favour of Australia as we see the Irish player, Ronan Waters.
And are we okay to start once he's off? Thank you.
Yeah, Ronan Waters will come off for a head assessment, no doubt. And Kieran Booth comes onto the field for Ireland.
Guys, we're just going to go over here slightly. Come on.
Waters was so strong off the bench for Ireland in the last game against England, so
really
that's a big
poor,
blow.
Please
It is a big blow. He made a big
Let's play the
difference
game.
coming on and allowed Hodnett and McCann to do their stuff around the field, score tries. But his hard work really paid off, and now here's a chance for 20-year-old Kieran Booth from Sale in his first under-20s
Nice and
championship.
quick, boys. Scrums are a bit slow in setup. Let's go a bit quicker. Crouch.
Just the second scrum in this match.
Bind.
Yeah, the first one was an Australian penalty, wasn't it?
And they get the free kick.
Hold the space, please.
Irish just having trouble settling at scrum time against this junior Wallaby pack.
It's just a free kick, just so you know.
It's a free kick, so he's outside his 22. He won't kick it into touch.
Harrison goes high. No one coming down for Wren.
Okay, hold it.
Casey looked to drill it low, and Nwanganita-Wasi charged it down and went into touch, so it'll be an Irish throw.
Yeah, but this is all taking time off the 10 minutes. The Tupou's off. And so Ireland could have brought that to the open side. You know, there's space between 12 and the winger.
Hey, come on, please. Quick game. No, you can have one shot.
Taking their time, the Irish. It's line-out time here.
I know we're asking for a gap, but it's got to be reasonable. Close up, please. That's great now. Put it in.
Not often you see it too big a gap in a line-out situation.
You see Fraser McCreight out in the back line for Australia now, creating the extra man.
Flannery to Moore. And Kernahan brought to deck in the spot tackle from Tui. Hosea making a big tackle. Waikali. Turner floats it over the top to Hodnett. He's wrapped up by Bell. And they've lost it forward. The Junior Wallabies defence holding strong once again.
Yeah, Ireland are trying to get into that wide channel where Hodnett finds himself. But the Junior Wallabies are really organised. They're shuffling across the field, making big hits in the centre of the field, and really covering across.
Okay, time off.
Now Tui's done well on the wing. With Tupou off the field, he's had to make big tackles. And Ireland find themselves in their own territory now, and the clock's running down on the yellow card. Very frustrating.
That is how things escalate. It's how we create. It's just going to create a problem in the game later on. Please.
Had some long stoppages already. 20 minutes in. But the intensity's so high between these two sides. We're getting a real sense that these two teams are going to be contenders in this championship.
I definitely think so. Of course, both have had success in their domestic competitions, if you like, the Grand Slam for Ireland, and Junior Wallabies beating New Zealand in the Oceania and the 20s Championship. So they're used to winning. They could be on a roll.
That's fine. We've got to have some. Crouch. Bind. Set.
Junior Wallabies with a very tightly packed back line at the moment. It's there for Harris. Christoph Ridley was about to blow his whistle, but it's play on. Angus Bell. Around the corner comes Wilson.
Not now, Green.
Michael Wood. Driving low. Irish looking to make the turnover. Pressure's big from the Irish. Harrison caught very high from Ryan Baird. And he stayed down at the moment. It'll be a penalty to the Junior Wallabies.
He knew it straight away, Ryan Baird. He held his head in his hands.
Ireland, please go back.
Great line speed coming in from the lock, but
we're checking it. We're checking it.
Will Harrison just dipped himself to try and avoid.
Coming up to you, please. We have foul play. I'd like to have a look at it again.
I want to have a look at it again.
Foul play, danger tackle.
You see, the line speeds up. Oh, he's just way too high, Andrew. Now he's going to be in trouble here.
The 7, there's the contact.
Okay, you're going to have to show me that again because the screen's going black, half of it.
Okay, it's coming again.
Not too many
There's the
mitigating
contact, the left
circumstances
side of
here.
The screen.
Okay, so firstly, it's a high tackle. We're looking at where the direct contact is, and from what you're showing me, it's on the neck.
I will show you another angle.
Ryan
Can
Baird,
we
you straight
pause
away.
it where the direct contact is, just to double check?
Dear, you have the contact there. I will freeze the image.
Okay, have you got a front on camera on that so I can see his left arm, please? Santiago?
Referee,
Yes.
very careful to get this one right.
We are trying to have the image.
Thank you, no rush at all.
Because there's very
Not there.
little mitigating circumstances. He wants to get this spot on. It's a big decision in the game.
These are all the angles we have.
You know, this is potentially a red card situation, Andrew, which...
Okay, Santiago, we're struggling to see where the direct contact is. It looks like it's the neck. If you just freeze it there.
I will freeze it.
Okay, so it's clear direct contact to the neck there, isn't it? So we have compelling evidence to show direct contact to the neck. Unless you're seeing anything different, Santiago.
This is a big decision coming up.
This is the best angle we have.
Okay, so Santiago, are we in agreement that it's direct contact to the neck?
Yep.
Okay, so I'd like to see the event in real time now, please.
Yep.
To measure the level of danger.
He's a big man, Ryan Baird, but you have to sink
in
your
real
knees,
speed.
sink your hips, tackle low.
One more.
One more, please.
You can see he never sinks his hips, his knees,
Okay,
he never
so
gets
what
around
we
the
have
legs.
is direct contact to the neck, and we have a high level of danger. It's a dominant tackle by 5. Now we're just checking for possible mitigation. So if you just play it through one more time slowly, I just want to see the height of the players, please.
Okay. One more. That's in the big screen.
The little juggle by Harrison doesn't help. He sort of excites Baird to go on and go through with the challenge.
So Santiago, from what I'm seeing here, so I'm just going to talk you through what I'm seeing. I'm seeing direct contact to the neck. There's a high level of force and danger. The players are both upright. 5 is always high, and he's always high, and it's a high level of force, like we say. So on that basis, we've no choice but to give a red card.
I agree with you, Christoph.
Okay? And can you just check, it's number 5 Island, please?
It's unfortunate
Number 5.
that this happens, but player welfare is of paramount concern to World Rugby, and it's the right call by the officials. They've methodically gone through it from the process that they have, and unfortunately for the second row, Ryan Baird, he's going to have to
You
go.
always start high. There's no mitigation. It's a high level of danger because you're dominant, so it's a red card.
He knows it.
Oh, what a huge decision to have made. You can't say that the decision was made through lack of process, because we had to look at a lot of looks at that.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. The clear message has to go to players and young players developing in the game that you sink your knees, sink your hips, tackle low. You've got big guys against smaller guys here, so you get your technique down in circumstances such as that one. Unfortunate, but it's the right call, and now Ireland have it all to do. We said they were a resilient, tight bunch, riding high and off the back of some wins, but this is really going to test their squad.
Okay,
now.
One, you're good there, just in line with front
We'll have
hand, please.
14 on 14 for a number of minutes here,
Yeah, it's off.
with Samisi Tupou still in the sin bin for the Junior Wallabies, but a huge moment in this match.
More.
Junior Wallabies in front of their fans over in that far grandstand, set up the maul. Lonergan, who scored 2 tries in the match against Italy, in control.
Okay, once now, once. Broken
And now
away.
he breaks away.
No. Fine.
McDonald flicks it up to Nasser. Charges into the 22. Bell steaming onto it.
He's having a great game, Bell.
Advantage.
They have the penalty advantage now, the Junior Wallabies. McDonald puts it in behind. It'll beat everyone. Wren will put it down.
Let's go. Slow ball.
We'll come back for the penalty.
Well, Angus Bell has been dominant in the 2 scrums that they've been at the moment, but in the ball carrying department, really added value, all 118 kgs from the Sydney Uni man, but they'll use him and others to wear Ireland down now once Tupou comes back and brings them back up to 15 men. And I think this is the right choice by the skipper, McCreight, to take 3 points, Andrew, and extend their lead in such a tight game.
And also wind down the clock so that Samisi Tupou can get onto the field once more.
Spot on, spot on. They know that they've got nearly 60 minutes to play with an extra man. It's really going to test the character of these Irish boys. Already shorn of a few players on their bench. They're shorn of an extra tight head prop. Charlie Ward not making it, and a few players flying over from Ireland to join the squad this week.
Will Harrison strikes it, but he's pulled it out to the right, so it'll remain 3 points to 0.
Okay, Ireland, make sure you stay behind.
Will Harrison hasn't missed many this tournament thus far. Been very strong off the boot.
Yeah, he's been striking it ball well out of hand and off the floor. That's an uncharacteristic mistake, and Ireland can take some confidence from that now. Try and get upfield, get a good kick chase, and try and get themselves back in this game.
Just a couple of minutes left on the yellow card for the Junior Wallabies, but the big news is the red card for the Irish. Lonergan, Harrison spots a bit of a gap, wants to get the offload away and does. Wilson to McWright, out to Tui, Tui for the line, and there's the first try to the Junior Wallabies, and it's Sione Tui over in the corner.
Great finish by Tui, just called in before kickoff as a replacement, but it was the great handling in midfield, the offload from Harrison, and Harry Wilson, the link man in the middle of the field. A classic counter-attacking try from the Junior Wallabies. And Ireland will need to kick and chase better.
Thanks, mate.
See, lovely little outside break from Harrison. Out the back door for Wilson. And a great pass from the flanker and McCreight as well. And Tui has enough space to get in the corner. The Wallabies are away.
The back rowers just play the link man beautifully for the Junior Wallabies, don't they?
Great handling from the big men, adding value. Can Harrison add even more value from the tee?
Harrison, it's a sweet strike. The flags go up. So it is the Junior Wallabies leading the Irish 10 points to 0 with 25 minutes gone in a highly intense battle here in Santa Fe.
Yeah, running at speed, 6 and 7, the 2 flankers, Wilson and McWright, at speed, handling, catch and pass, putting it out in front of Tui for a simple running. What a conversion from Harrison.
There's plenty of class in this Irish team, though, to turn things around as Nwanganita Wasi looks for the safety of the touchline. He doesn't chew off too many metres, a huge chance here for Ireland.
They're going to need to score quite quickly just to get themselves settled and back into this game and to show that they can play with 14 men. Tupou's back on for the Junior Wallabies. So there won't be a lot of space out there for the men in green.
4, fellas, 4, 4. Sorry, 5. Yeah.
McCann wins it. And Flannery playing flat to Moore. McWright over the top of this one, wins the penalty. He's made so many turnovers already in this tournament, and there is another one.
Yeah, lead it from the front, but that goes to show for Ireland, you know, their usual plays where people will clean the ball out and carry. They're down a second row. How can they adjust to that quickly? We watched their captains run yesterday. They had a couple of trick plays off the line, or maybe they need to move the Junior Wallabies round a little bit because that gold wall is just intact at the moment.
As a coach, a former coach, Sean Holly, how do you adjust? You obviously train for situations like this.
Yeah, you do. You have contingency plans. Your lineup setups will change. Your plays behind will change. So, as I said, they're going to need to move the Wallabies around a little bit rather than be around the corner where it's easy for them to defend.
Wilson wins it at the front.
Timing's good.
Picked up off the bootlaces by the try scorer, Sione Tui. Donald. A bit of confusion there from the junior Wallabies, but Harris offloads it. Now Wanganita Wasi out in the wide channel. Still on his feet, looking to offload it now. Does, gets it away to his scrum half, McDonald.
Tackle.
Harrison. Wood loses it forward this time. It'll be a scrum to Ireland. They hold out the junior Wallabies and their attacking raid.
Well, that's one thing that they can control, Andrew, and that's their speed off the line, their defensive effort. We saw Casey, there's the high tackle from Tupou, which got him a yellow card on Hodnett. That was the first card we saw. We saw an injury to Ronan Waters, a head injury.
Solved, isn't it? Come on, come on.
Kieran Booth has come on in the back row, and then that one, the red, Ryan Baird seeing red, too high on Will Harrison, and Ireland are down to 14 men and losing 10-0. But plenty of time in the game.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Only a couple of scrums so far in this one. And the Irish win the penalty. That's a nice little reward and a relieving penalty for the Irish.
That's massive, having been under so much pressure in the first couple of scrums from Angus Bell and co. I said they're a gritty team, they're tight. They have it all to do here, but don't write them off just yet. Of course,
a man down.
Yeah.
In that pack.
Yeah, see, no number 8.
Guys, can we make it clear,
That was Hamlis Hodnett's gone to the flank, so 7v8 winning that penalty.
Casey, Hodnett. Pressure was on Hodnett, but he did well and used a bit of footwork to beat the tackle of Lonergan. Flannery playing flat. Offloads now to Turner. Turner with the afterburners. Gets it to Russell, stepping back in field. Here come Ireland. Clarkson shifts it to Flannery. Hodnett juggles it and gets smashed by Hosea.
Both feet behind the ball, he's fine.
Looking to keep it in tight, the Irish. There's numbers on the short side. They come back that way. McCann. Shaped to pass and went himself.
First, leave it.
Casey to Clarkson.
Counter ruck is legal, ball is out.
It's out there for the junior Wallabies, but it was a small knock on there from Lonergan, and it'll be an Irish feed.
Time off, time's down.
They did well there, Ireland. We talked about,
well,
you know, moving either side of the ruck, Andrew, just to move the Wallabies around, because they fought hard. They did well. They got the break, lovely outside break from Liam Turner. And McCann involved again, but when it gets slow and the Wallabies regain composure in defence and they've manned down, then the counter ruck is on for the Wallabies.
Bit of attention to the scrum half, Craig Casey.
We're constantly checking it.
Just a tiny little knock on there from Lonergan.
Okay, just trust us that we're going to try and get as much as we can, all right? We want to get as much right as we can for us.
Here's a look at the junior Wallabies try. Wilson playing the link man with McWright, the captain, and Tui with the finish.
Yeah, good finish from the man who was called up late just before kickoff, but the handling of the flankers, McWright and Harry Wilson at full speed in the back line, superb to create the space.
Plenty of support for both sides in the stands here today. Families flying over from Australia and Ireland to this beautiful venue in Santa Fe.
Not a cloud in the sky, Andrew.
It's not creating more problems.
Flags aren't blowing too much, no wind.
Big afternoon ahead as well with the Argentinian side playing later today as well.
Bye. Set.
Short arm, and Casey goes quickly for Ireland. Moore. Henrik to Russell. Irish probing here with a man down. Hodnett. Clarkson puts the head down. Casey to Flannery, who again playing flat, and thought he spotted a little gap. Quick ball for McCann. Patient build up here from Ireland, and a nice drive over the advantage line to Clarkson now.
No, on the edge. Good, no effect.
McCann again.
It's all
McCann
backwards, all backwards.
tried to get the offload away to Wren. Had to tidy up.
They realise they're down a man. They're trying to go back and forth,
no.
Andrew, down that short side.
Ryan, the captain. Flannery to Moore. Spins out of the first tackle. Patient build up. Flannery floats it over the top. And now Kernahan comes running back in field.
Okay, advantage, it is high.
Advantage for the high
It's a
shot.
penalty only because he was so low to the ground.
Casey stepping, gets brought down eventually by Wilson.
No advantage coming, high tackle.
It'll be a penalty
The
for the high
tackle's going
tackle.
very low, it's just high.
Well, relentless pressure. You've got to give them credit, haven't you? Ireland for
He was about this far off the
attacking
ground
so
on the high
tenaciously. They're trying to work the short side, come
wait
infield
for your
towards
players
15
to
metres,
put it
back down. Because they realise they're short of numbers on the fold, but
By
Junior
your
Wallaby
judgment.
defence is pretty intact.
Okay, fair point.
Plenty, both sides,
Okay, ready?
both
Let's go.
skippers having plenty to chat to with Christoph Ridley, the referee.
Yeah. An interesting decision to go for the corner here. Yes, it's 10-0, but it's an easy 3 points, you know, to get themselves within a score. They want more.
Yeah, it was. I
It
agree.
was Harris coming over the top and just collecting Kernahan.
Okay, let's see how it goes.
Big chance for Ireland here. The captain wins it.
More.
Ryan. Tierney Martin
Broke it away.
breaks away. He's brought down just a metre out. They're very close, the Irish here.
Leave it now, goal. Take the line. And line the line.
Casey looking for runners.
Advantage.
Now gives it to Charlie Ryan, the captain, and they still have a penalty advantage, Ireland. What a chance here for the men in green.
Still under advantage for offside.
Junior Wallabies were caught offside, so the Irish a real chance to get some
space.
points on the board here.
Keep working, keep working.
Wallabies love the tough stuff. Now they drive for the line.
Offside again.
Hodnett, so close.
No
Come
advantage
back for
coming.
the penalty though.
Breathtaking stuff, Andrew.
One
You
offside.
know,
yeah.
Ireland
One
really
offside.
pounding the line.
Here,
I was looking out for David McCann, who
Go,
got
go
2
here.
tries from a similar position against
Offside.
England.
What are we doing, guys? On the scrum? Scrum call.
Brave choices from captain Charlie Ryan. They're battering away. They want that try, don't they? Or they're forcing the issue with referee Christoph Ridley asking, look, that's a
We need to
number of
scrum
penalties
it.
on the bounce.
We've got a wide line to help us out as well.
Charlie Ryan just having to do some equipment adjustments, putting his boot back on. Played a few phases there without his boot on.
Set up either, so.
Again, they're
We
going
need
to
to do
opt for
that.
the scrum, whether they'll go with a 7-man scrum.
Thanks, Santi. Time off, Santi. We've got someone doing a lace.
There we see the
Okay,
tackles
ready?
made.
Time back on. Here's your mark.
Junior Wallabies been forced by Ireland to make significantly more in this last 10 minutes. Ironically, since they've gone down to 14 men. Australia see this as a chance to really counter this scrum. They're down a man. You see there's no number 8. So it's going to be difficult for Casey to control this at the back of the scrum when it's healed.
Casey goes quickly. He dummies and gets over the line. It's a try. A heads-up play from the little scrum half, Craig Casey. And he scores for the Irish. There's plenty of push and shove after the fact.
Well, the only one not involved in that is the try scorer, Casey. He's brought back to the halfway line. And he didn't need to control it from the back of the scrum because the free kick was given.
Okay, Santiago,
and off he went.
now, please.
Yeah, I'm listening to you.
I saw a grounding. I don't know if it was just prior to the line or on the line. I believe it's on the line. I want to double check. So my on-field decision is try. Can we check otherwise, please?
On-field decision try, checking grounding.
So, of course,
Mate, please, you're coming out every time. Give me a chance.
on the line is a try for our viewers who are unfamiliar with the laws. Referee's just checking the grounding.
Did he get it down?
Yeah. This might be what the pushing and shoving was about. Maybe the junior Wallabies thought they'd been hard done by, and on that evidence, the referee may not give that.
Remember, the on-field decision is a try, though, so if there's no clear, compelling evidence to overturn it, although that looks relatively compelling.
Yeah, Santiago, we can't see at all, so this is just on you.
Arms underneath the ball.
And all the Irish players are back on the halfway line there. Whether that's a little bit of psychology, but TMO may intervene here. Wow, who'd be a TMO?
Tough gig. Although with the Hawkeye technology, let's have a listen.
I don't have image to overturn your decisions. You may have to try.
Great, thank you.
Oh, well, there's the process. The on-field decision was crucial in that discussion.
Listen, lads, I'm going to speak to them. We've got to stop coming at me and appealing for TMO checks. Okay, if anyone does it again, we're going to restart with a penalty. I'll tell them the same thing.
Well, so 7 points to 10 if Flannery can kick this over. Flags go up. The junior Wallabies just holding on. 10 points to 7.
Well, we'll see it again. There was no 8, but the free kick was given. Off went Casey, the scrum half.
That space on the last one.
And the referee's on-field decision was that he got it down, and the check meant that the TMO couldn't prove him otherwise. So what a response for the red card from the Irish team.
Down to 14 men in green, and they're putting the pressure big time on the junior Wallabies. 10 points to 7 with a couple of minutes to play in this first half. A high ball and pressure coming on Sione too. It's been picked up. Nice little chip ahead there from Rob Russell, but it beats everyone into touch.
Well, it's given the Irish a lift now, that try, and the possession, the confidence. Yes, they're down to 14, but they can do it. They can score against this junior Wallaby side. We've got a game on.
Bye.
McDonald to Harrison. Back against the grain and into some traffic. Wilson. Driving upfield, Harry Wilson.
Not now, Green, not now, thanks. Too long off your feet. Hold in front, Australia.
Alessio with the right boot. Russell has been dangerous and elusive thus far for Ireland. Charlie Ryan. Flannery out the back to Moore. Quick ball. Kernahan. Junior Wallabies win the penalty though. Angus Bell it was this time. putting enormous pressure on at the ruck.
And this is the problem Ireland are going to face a man
First
down.
man holding.
I think it was Kernahan left exposed. Casey just passed it to him and watched him. He needed to follow in because his forwards couldn't work around quick enough.
1.5.
And Bell again has been one of the players of the half.
He's a big man for just 18 years of age and 192 centimetres, nearly 120 kegs. And his father, Mark Bell, played for the Wallabies back in the day also.
Probably got a big shopping bill on Mark Bell.
We'll make sure you have time.
Keep the size on Angus Bell. What a player he's been. McCreight, sorry, has been over the ball from Ireland's kick chase.
Junior Wallabies spoiled by the Irish, and they dive on it and win the line out. So the Irish digging in here. Tierney Martin Flannery out the back to Moore. Turner along the back line to Russell. The Irish crowd starting to
The ball's lifted.
get a bit more vocal here as well in Santa Fe.
The Irish fans feel that the Junior Wallabies are offside, but Christoph Ridley said the ball had been lifted by the halfback.
Hodnett out the back to Flannery, flat to Tierney Martin, who had immense pressure on him. Hodnett, little stutter step. Junior Wallabies looking for the turnover again.
Half time.
A little
Fellas,
knock on.
unplayable there. Unplayable, way too many bodies. Up you get. It's fine. No. Unplayable, scrum. Happy, Greg?
Something called time left.
Okay, so it's time.
Wait.
Okay, we're just waiting for the TMO. I think he's checking something. Santi, what are you looking at? Are you looking at the clear out?
Possible for play.
Okay, so can we put that on the screen so that we
Check,
can have
check.
a look?
Yeah, TMO,
Thanks.
check. Formal referral.
We're checking the clear out just to see how the player ended up where he was.
You saw one of the Junior Wallabies players go way past the horizontal, legs in the air, just at that last ruck.
Yeah, it didn't look too good. We're having a little look at the TMO.
Number 10.
He's been lifted, number 10. His legs are above the horizontal. And that doesn't look too good for Ireland.
Now you have it. Lift.
Flannery.
Twists, lands.
Of course, we saw a red card incident in the Ireland-England
Santi,
match.
what I'm seeing is I'm seeing a
For
leg
a
lift.
similar
I agree,
incident,
lift.
where
I'm not-
Alfie Barbary
We're
was
talking about a
sent
twist.
off.
I think the problem is there's a player on the floor who's almost aiding him with that turn, his own player. So I see that as mitigation. So we're looking at where the player lands.
Players shouldn't lift.
Where were you
Opposition
seeing him
legs
land?
above
It's
the
difficult for us to see
horizontal.
on the screen because there's shadow where his landing point is. So if the landing
Show you
point,
now. You have the landing.
yeah,
First see the body
yeah,
of the green player, and after that, contact with the grass.
okay. So which part of the body does the Australian player land on?
In the back first,
Okay, so he lands on
and
his
then
back. So
and then the head direct to the grass.
okay, so if we just talk through what we've seen a player lift a leg. He's cleared him out. There's significant mitigation because he's rolling him over another player, and you're telling me he's landing on his back. So I'm seeing a low level of danger. He's lifted a leg. He's gone above horizontal, but there's clear mitigation with the player on the ground. So I'm thinking penalty only for this.
Agree?
Okay, thanks, Santi.
Wow. I mean, it probably looks very graphic with the legs up in the air, but they have a process to go through, the officials, and it's a penalty only.
We're going to restart with the penalty. Yeah, I'll just tell them why. He's lifted a leg. We understand there's a player on the ground who aids that turn, so for that reason, it's just a penalty. Okay, just be careful with your clear outs.
Yeah, Flannery, the culprit, he
Correct.
really
yeah. Shot
went
on goal.
lifting
Correct.
Angus Bell, and they'll have a shot at goal to end this half, the Junior Wallabies, which, after all the momentum that Ireland had built up and scored the try, would be a big blow at half-time.
Yeah, it's a bit of a free shot, really, isn't it? A bonus. Indiscretion by An outside half on a loose head prop. And it just goes to show the strength of some of these guys these days, but Harrison has a chance here now to extend that lead.
Harrison strikes it, pulls it out to the right though, so a let-off for the Irish, who sprint into the sheds. The half-time whistle has gone, and it is the Junior Wallabies holding on to a 3-point lead. They lead a 14-man island, 10 points to 7.
Thanks, mate. They already have. Everything okay, Santiago?
Yes, all clear, Christoph.
Thanks. Just trust us that we're going to try and get as much as we can, all right? We want to get as much right as we can for us as well. I know. You're going to have to do better, though, than the last one. Say that again. Yeah. Let's go. Knock on scrum. Re-engage. Yeah, Santiago, we can't see at all, so this is just on you.
An intriguing first half battle between Australia and Ireland here in Santa Fe. The Aussies leading 10 points to 7. The Irish down to 14 men for the rest of this match, with a red card to Ryan Baird, and an intriguing 40 minutes which turned into 57 minutes, Sean Holly.
Yeah, it did. I didn't think it was going to end, particularly with a penalty right at the end, but absolutely fantastic half. Thrills and spills, a great try in the corner from Tui, and some great kicking from both sides, but the Ireland team coming back, a man down, as tenacious as they've been all year with this under-20s team, to score a great try through scrum half Casey to get them back in the game. And even though they're down to 14, you just feel that they are right in this game.
Oh, absolutely, a real brave performance, particularly in the last 20 minutes of that first half. And it was Casey scoring the try, but relentless pressure from the men in green, despite only having 14 men on the field.
I think it's really important, if Ireland are to stay in this game, Andrew, that their kick chase is really good. They get numbers to the tackle, because McCreight has been fantastic over the ball, and there's danger lurking from Isaac Lucas at 15. If they can do that and take their chances from the maul, who knows?
Flannery gets them restarted. Hosea up, winning that one in clean fashion. Nasser To Harrison and Lucas,
Okay, hold it front.
who's looking for grass, finds it, but Rob Russell is back there, and he's dangerous, Rob Russell, in counter-attack for the Irish. Out the back from Waikele. McCann, elusive as always, and looking to hold him up off the ground. Now he gets to ground, but it's a turnover. A little knock on there. And the Junior Wallabies defence straight away getting the job done.
And there's the problem. McCann a little bit isolated in the middle of the park. And the Wallabies will be identifying when to target turnovers. And I'm sure the Irish coaching staff and the Noel McNamara would have been thinking about ways to move this Junior Wallaby team around and play down short sides, kick intelligently once Isaac's out of position, to try and manufacture a way of staying in the game.
Crowd really filling up here in Santa Fe with the Pumitas in action a little later today.
Bind. Set.
7-man Irish scrum. Under pressure. Here's Lucas. Taking it to the line. Beating the first couple of tackles. Gets up and goes again, Isaac Lucas. Had to duck underneath the swinging arm. Let's play on, and Wood knocks it forward. It'll be a knock-on and a scrum to the Irish.
Wow, great line speed coming in from the tight there, Thomas Clarkson. And it just meant Wood took his eye off the ball for a fraction of a second, and the knock-on came in frustratingly for the Junior Wallabies. You can see him there. That's what Ireland need to stay in this game. Good
Really
line
good
speed. Big moments from individual players. But we saw then the threat of Isaac Lucas, didn't we, from the midfield scrum.
Just a hard man to get a shoulder on. Tucked under a couple of tackles and just kept advancing down the field.
Yeah, you can see why the Queensland Reds have him in their ranks.
Bind.
See the meters made.
Set.
Ireland doing fantastically well, a man short.
The drive comes from the Junior Wallabies now, but it's out for Casey and Flannery. Sends it downfield. Lucas with plenty of room to move. Flicks it across to Nawangani Wasi, who drills it in behind, but Casey with plenty of space to counter. The Junior Wallabies shot on this side. Wren is screaming for it out wide. Moore now sends it across to Tierney Martin, who dummies. Junior Wallabies having to scramble. The Irish moving this Junior Wallabies defensive line side to side, making good meters at the moment with ease. Moore, bounce pass out to Russell. Continuity here from the Irish team. Flat ball to Clarkson, who twists and turns his way upfield. Flannery to Moore. McCann drilled in the tackle by Hosea.
Okay, lost now, Australia.
He's had big moments, Hosea, today, with and without the ball.
There goes Turner. Winding up. Flannery flat to Moore, and again, some big tackles coming from the men in gold. Fraser McGrath putting pressure on, but Junior Wallabies trying to force the turnover. The Irish holding on. Booth. The driving run. Flannery. Moore. Tierney Martin to Turner. Turner hitting the tackle by Tupou. Making too much ground here, the Irish, but Flannery charged down, and now Nasser looking for the support runner, and it's back in Irish hands again.
That's all happening, isn't it? No thrills and spills.
Relentless passage of play, and finally Casey drills it into touch low.
Yeah, the experienced Munster man, the 20-year-old, he's hurt himself in the process. He's gone through an amazing year of 3 operations and has recovered to come out off the back of that, played for Munster.
We're going to play on, fellas.
against Connaught in April.
Play on,
They need him on the field, but Ireland battering away.
He's miles away.
Trying to get some purchase into the Wallaby 22.
Junior Wallabies winning that one without much pressure. McDonald, though, a little error at line-out time, and it'll be an Irish feed to the scrum. Just 10 out from the Junior Wallabies line.
It's good pressure, isn't it? And they lost a little bit of patience. Flannery went for the crossfield kick, charged down, back in the hands of Thomas Clarkson.
Let's go then. Here's your mark.
See some big hits going in. There's Hosea on McCann. Hosea's had an immense game in attack and defence. Not giving each other any room out there.
Trevor Hosea from the Harlequins club in Melbourne. Part of the Melbourne Rebels squad.
Amazing statistics. Ireland, 63% possession with 14 men.
Okay, stand up. Stand up.
You'd think it'd take its toll, Andrew, towards the end of the game.
This second row, that's fine. We'll go again.
They're really digging in, the men in green here in Santa Fe.
Oh, guys,
A big crowd building. What a day for it. Beautiful conditions.
Crouch. Bind.
Again,
Set.
and we saw at the end of the first half, no number 8 for Ireland. Man down, of course. Second row, Ryan Baird been sent off.
No stability. So we're going to go again. There's no stability from either side, so we'll just go again.
And of course, you can choose
Let's just come
to
across slightly. Look,
take
this
the
is
scrum
your
at
mark.
7, as you would know, Andrew,
Okay,
as a
quick
former
setup
second
then.
row, or you can put an 8 in there, move a flanker. But then, you know, the pressure that's coming through from the junior Wallaby pack,
Not
they're
too much
thinking
weight
of a
before
quick
the set.
heel here, straight to Casey. It's going to be difficult to manage at the base. And of course, if they put a centre
Crouch.
maybe or a wing on the flank, then
Bind.
they lose a member of their back line. They're shorter numbers to
Set.
attack.
Ireland win the penalty.
Back of the scrum, please. You're on your knees.
They'll have a relatively easy shot at goal here if they want to tie
The hook
everything
is on
up.
his knees.
Wow, the sort of mood they're in, they may go for the corner, you know, Andrew.
And that's exactly what is happening. Flannery didn't hesitate.
Just went for it. And amazing, really, 14 men, 7-man pack with the penalty. They've turned that part of the game right around. And I said earlier, in the Six Nations up in the Northern Hemisphere, this man in your screen was top try scorer. So it's going to be a more.
Ireland bring it down, a little play down the front of the line out. Hodnett is grasped just short of the line. Charlie Ryan charging.
Advantage, tackler slowing.
They get a penalty advantage here, Ireland as well. They're close. Will come back for the penalty though.
From where the 9 is. This player here slowing.
Well, the junior Wallabies look stunned. Sometimes you go to 14 men, it can galvanise you and make the opposition a little bit complacent. And Ireland going again for the corner.
A lot of hands on hips from the junior Wallabies team. Just a little bit of a lack of energy at the start of this second half.
It was a little front peel play, Hodnett down there, Bell covering again. But it was the phase after this. You see it just well covered by Angus Bell, having another good game.
Tierney Martin throws it in. They set up the maul this time. Driving towards the line. Now he breaks off. Just short. It's close. Wren, the winger, has a go. Now they're over. Hodnett.
Good work.
Junior Wallabies desperately trying to hold out. They have a penalty advantage. Hodnett goes again for the Irish. They drive him over the line. Did he get it down? John Hodnett twisting and turning his way
Time off.
towards the try line.
Santiago, we're coming to you. We're playing advantage for offside by 4 on the goal line, but we want to check whether or not there was a try scored. I've seen no grounding, so my on-field decision is no try.
No try, checking grounding.
They'll check it, but I'm not so sure he got it down either. Brilliant bit of close-knit defence from the junior Wallabies, low to the ground, but
we're just checking if he scored.
the Irish just pounding the line, the confidence of 14 men to go for it. We see Hodnett in the red scrum cap. He's been turned a little bit by Harrison.
like them.
Don't see much from this angle, but see Hodnett, red scrum cap, number 8, falls on his side. Can't see the ball.
Yep.
Are they always injured? They always keep
But there is a penalty
I'm not
advantage,
doctor,
and that maybe is 3-4 penalties in a row, Andrew. And
if it's
Christoph
medical,
Ridley might be thinking of a yellow card.
It's out of my knowledge. I don't know anything.
Chris, can you hear me?
I can hear you, Santi. Yeah.
I don't have evidence of a clear grounding, so stands your decision.
Okay.
No try.
No try. But we're going back 4 offside.
Another penalty to the Irish. The Junior Wallabies just holding on by their fingernails at the moment. A 14-man Ireland team pounding the Junior Wallabies line.
Well, they're turning down 3 points. That tells you the mood they're in. They don't want to settle for 10-10.
Tierney Martin sends it in again, and again they set up the drive. Looking to get a shove on here. Casey sends it wide to Moore. Playing on quickly here, Ireland. Junior Wallabies looking to counter-ruck. Clarkson picks up and goes. Again they drive towards the line. McCann. Hodnett, in fact.
Good space.
They're drilling the Junior Wallabies line, the Irish, but they just can't get over the white stripe.
Ball's available. It's good space.
Driven backwards.
Hands back. Good work.
It's so close for the men in green.
Advantage, offside.
Another penalty.
This time, they're over the line. And Ireland, they are cheering.
Okay, Santi, we're coming up to you again.
Wykerley
Okay.
is claiming
I believe there
the
may have
try.
been a knock on. I haven't seen clear grounding, so if we can just check with the on-field decision as no try, we've got a penalty to come back for, which is an offside.
At what point
So
will
on-field decision, no try, checking grounding. Okay.
Please.
Possible
Christoph
knockout.
Ridley look at the succession of penalties by the Junior Wallabies and think,
Yeah. Captain.
surely the captain, Charlie Ryan, will ask him.
Captain,
guys.
being called out here.
We had a not rolling, we've had 2 offsides. If there's something else here, then we may have to escalate, okay? Thanks.
Yeah, there you go. Christoph Ridley confirming.
I've just warned them. We had a rolling, that's 2 offsides, so another one, then maybe we'll escalate from there.
TMO's had a busy day, Andrew.
Oh, he's the hardest working man here in Santa Fe today, the TMO.
Yes.
Santiago Bonasani. Wykerley twisting and turning it. It's hard to see if he's got a hand on it there.
They've mentioned a potential knock-on.
Chris, can you hear me?
I can hear you, Santi.
Yeah, it's a clear knock-on, so no try.
Okay. No try, back for the penalty, offside. Speak to you players.
So this is last
Offside.
chance saloon for the Junior Wallabies
Scrum
now.
ball.
At what point does Charlie Ryan say, look, let's take 3? You know, if they score, there's a huge momentum. If they score the try and a massive confidence, if they fail to get it, then what effect is that going to have on 14-man Ireland?
No, you just seem to be a tiny bit lower than the other players. Let's go, set up then. Props,
The Irish attacking so bravely here in Santa Fe.
Come on, boys. Let's go.
The second half, possession and territory so in favour of the men in green.
Unbelievable. They camped in the 22. They
Trout.
keep going for the line-outs on scrums with
5.
7 forwards. It's amazing, really.
Set.
Hold it, keep it on. Go, break this up.
The drive
Ball's
from the
out.
Junior Wallabies, and they turn it over. The Aussies survived somehow.
No, not yet.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about. You know, you keep trying to push for it.
Michael Wood, just a little settling run there
It's not.
to
Not
give
yet. No, there's a
Harrison a chance to clear. And Harrison sends it downfield out, up towards the 22. But still Irish who have the control.
Yeah, they're not clear yet, but it is a sense of relief for the Junior Wallabies. And there you go. That you run the risk without a number 8 of that ball not being able to be controlled at the base.
Ryan wins that. Hodnett in control at the back, and now he breaks away. Hodnett coming back the other way, stepping. Ryan. Spot tackle made by Harrison. McCann. Russell has to go in and support him. Casey with a dummy. Tried to sell it next to the ruck there. Junior Wallabies have stolen it though. They win the penalty. Very happy the Junior Wallabies about that one.
I think it was the captain McCreight again. I really do.
I warned in the first half about goading. He is clapping in the face of another player.
Casey,
I'm going to reverse the
there
penalty.
he is.
It's now a penalty to Ireland.
Well, there you have it. They've reversed the penalty for the celebration from the Junior Wallabies.
And, you know, to be fair to the official, he mentioned it at the very first scrum of the game. I don't want you goading the opposition and applauding, and celebrating in front of them, unsportsmanlike behaviour, and he's backed up his words, reversed the penalty, and again, a great lesson for young players.
They are 20-year-olds, these men out on the field, and they are learning. And a big lesson there for the Junior Wallabies. Could it cost them 3 points?
Another lesson here for Ireland, this time choosing to go for the 3 rather than the set piece. Amazing energy from both teams in attack and defence. Ireland will try and ring some changes. Hodnett has been injured as Flannery prepares to take the kick.
From right in front, Flannery puts it over, and we're all square here in Santa Fe. 10 points apiece with 55 minutes gone. Incredible match that we're seeing here for Pool B of the Under-20s World Championships.
Would you believe it? 14-man Ireland dominating territory and possession in the second half, went down to 14.
Thanks. Wait a second.
Michael Wood coming from the field.
Subs are done? Okay, thanks.
Harrison sends it downfield, and it's out on the full. So another mistake from the Junior Wallabies. They're just starting to creep up. The errors from the Aussies.
I actually thought it was a little
just
bit
keeping the Irish in this game at 10 points apiece.
Isn't it amazing, you know, how the swing of momentum really shifts one way and the other.
Keep working on the spacing and scrum, please.
Compounding their errors, the Junior Wallabies.
Number 1.
You see, they're in front of the kicker actually as well, but Harris has put too much on it. There's a scrum back. Now we see a change in the front row for Ireland.
Michael Milne coming onto the field for Josh Wykerley. And also
15 come off.
Ben Healy coming onto the field for Ireland as well.
We're just making sub. 15's going.
We actually don't know who's going to have 15.
The Aussies have had to make so many tackles this afternoon.
Twice as many, in fact, 130 to Ireland 67. That shows you the work rate the Junior Wallabies have had to put in to keep this tenacious Irish team out.
Here we go. Rose! Rose. Balance now. Balance.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Hold it, belly, hold it. Ready. Ready. There. Hold it.
It's out there for Casey, a quick strike, and Healy straight into action. And Moore with a fend and breaks the tackle. He's still going. Moore into the 22. What an individual effort from Stuart Moore, and the Irish hit the lead.
Well, what a try from the Ulster centre. We saw him match day 1. He scored the most intelligent try of the day when the ball was left in goal, but there wasn't anything more than sheer class in scoring that try.
Please, you're clear.
He takes the ball from Healy. He's got so much to do. The fend was fantastic on McDonald. And then the step around Harrison. He had the gas and the strength to avoid the would-be tacklers under the post. What a score from Stuart Moore. Ireland on fire.
They have really got the wind in their sails. The Irish team down to 14 men after just 20 minutes as Healy adds the extras, and the Irish leading 17 points to 10.
Well, would you believe it? Lovely fend on McDonald. Scrum half went too high. The step past Harrison. Evades Wilson and McCreight. And Lucas just watched him dot the ball down. Brilliant individual try.
Wren in possession for the Irish. They're really controlling the game at the moment with 14 men. Flannery, he kicks. Down for Harrison, looking for a Lucas. Lucas looking for a bit of space in behind, and Jonathan Wren has to go back. He's got Isaac Lucas bearing down on him. Wren twists out of the first tackle, but the pressure is on.
Now lost.
From Lolesio. Ireland scramble well.
9, use it.
Milne with his first touch.
9, use it.
Just intelligent play from this Irish team, and they're taking their chances.
That's a great clearance as well from Casey. He's gone down again. He looks in so much pain. They have a couple of scrum halves available to them on the bench, but he's such a talisman for Ireland.
He's miles away, so we'll play on.
Chris, have a talk with number 6, yellow. It was a late tackle. You played advantage. It was only a penalty, okay?
Hang on, we've got bodies on the field. Yeah. I heard you say that. We look out for it, but if I miss it, if I miss it, I miss it, right?
Bodies everywhere on the
He's
field.
just coming off there at the back.
Chris, can you hear me? Santi is talking.
Santi, yeah, I heard what you said. Thank you, I'll sort it.
Yeah, it's Ayos.
Thank you.
Okay.
So bulk replacements now coming for Ireland, who have had to play the first 60 minutes with 14 men.
6.
John McKee's come on the hooker from Leinster.
It was only a penalty.
Nick Frost on the field for the Junior Wallabies now as well. Alessio. Tupou with a big shoulder on him. The Junior Wallabies looking to ramp it up now. Lucas just waving the ball in the defensive line in front of them. Bell coming back on the angle and still going into the 22. Angus Bell, who's had a stormer today in Santa Fe. Harrison to Lolesio looking inside. McCreight, the captain, looking for a little bit of space in behind. Wilson. Nick Frost on the field for the Junior Wallabies. Spent a bit of time with the Crusaders in the Canterbury setup and is back for the Brumbies now. And Tupou jumps into that tackle, but it's play on.
Play on. He jumped too late for anyone to consider.
Harris. Harrison. Lucas inside to Lolesio. Junior Wallabies just probing the Irish line at the moment, but the Irish standing up.
Yeah, it's brilliant from Ireland. It's more like it from the Junior Wallabies. Little inside balls. They're getting Isaac Lucas on the ball, which is important. Here he is at 10 again.
Lucas probing now as well. Takes it himself. Quick ball for Lolesio, who's isolated.
Okay, not good work.
McDonald to Bell again. He's done some work today, Angus Bell. McDonald looking for the runner. Finds Tupou. They hold him up off the ground. The Irish. This is a play we see them affect so many times at test level. And they do it at under 20s level and they win the turnover.
Fantastic play from both teams, has to be said. The centres from Junior Wallabies, Lolesio and Tupou really stepping up. And here we see footage of the try from Tui in the first half. So long ago that seems now. It's been all Ireland. They took an advantage when Casey tapped and went from the base of a free kick to the scrum, and then this superb individual effort from Stuart Moore, taking the game away from the Junior Wallabies at the moment. And then, as you rightly said, Andrew, the traditional hold-up maul, choke tackle, Charlie Ryan leading from the front.
Where's your number 8?
Red scrum cut, Chris. Red scrum hard.
Thanks.
Niall Murray getting set to come on for Ireland. Standing on the sidelines there. Former Gaelic footballer, GAA.
We were talking to David Nusafora, weren't we, the high-performance manager for Irish Rugby yesterday, and he says there's a wealth of talent in Ireland in and around this Gaelic football hurling fraternity, and he's back off now. He's a bit keen getting on.
That was a short little stint there for Niall Murray.
Scrum down just here, fellas.
It'll be a scrum to Ireland after absorbing a huge amount of pressure from this Junior Wallabies team. The Junior Wallabies looked to lift the tempo.
Yeah, please.
The Irish absorbed it.
It was much more like it from the Junior Wallabies. They haven't had a lot of possession in the second half.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Big shove from the Junior Wallabies, but Flannery has it. Now the try scorer for his Lucas at the back. Looking to counter. Tui, Harrison. They're shifting it across field now to Wilson. Nasser at the back. Lucas. Bit of space now for the Junior Wallabies. Tupou puts the hammer down. He looks for Lucas on the inside. And Isaac Lucas will score for the Junior Wallabies. What a counter-attacking play from the Aussies.
Well, we said that if the Wallabies to get back into this, Isaac Lucas has to be in there somewhere. It was a loose kick from Stuart Moore. It needed to go out, really, because the kick chase, a man down, is really costly if you don't get it right. And the space on the outside, Tupou, Semesi Tupou, who's had a yellow card earlier in the game, put the hammer down, got clear and made the right decision to go to Lucas inside.
Lucas, he had 2 try assists against Italy in the last game, and now he gets on the score sheet himself. So dangerous.
Great hands again. You see the captain, McCrae, and here's Tupou, inside ball. Lucas there following up, getting a second touch. Easy score for the fullback.
And Harrison ties it all up. It's 17 points apiece. 64 minutes gone. An incredible match here in Pool B. Lucas with the try for the Junior Wallabies.
Liam Turner was claiming a forward pass, but the assistant referee was right on line. And that's the extra man, the space it creates for the gas. And Junior Wallabies are right back in it.
So you kick the ball on the line.
Healy restarts this one. Harrison, Lucas, Tui, Lalesio in fact, Lalesio stepping, showing off some more meters. Junior Wallabies looking to lift the tempo now. Nwanganitawasi to Lucas in the backfield. Lucas finds Nwanganitawasi, and the Junior Wallabies 2 tries in 2 minutes to reclaim the lead here in Santa Fe.
Double trouble. That man Lucas involved again.
No.
Great feat from Lolesio getting into the game, and the Junior Wallabies recognising now that the space is in the wider channels. Lucas gets a second touch again. Beautiful play on the inside. Nwanganita Wasi finishes it off in the corner. He's had little to do in the game, but that's going to be perhaps the most important intervention.
22-17, 15 to play. Nwanganita Wasi from the Eastwood Club in Sydney. The Aussie fans here in force. Very happy with that one. They're just starting to wrestle control of this match, the Aussies. It's been Ireland for so long in this second half.
Yeah, as I say, Andrew, the junior Wallabies have recognised that the extra man is creating some space in the outside channel, and Isaac Lucas is classy at 15, and he's stepping into 10, getting a second touch on the inside.
Harrison strikes it from the sideline and squeezes it inside the right hand upright. Lovely kick, 24-17.
Beauty of a conversion from Harrison. He missed the penalty just for half-time, but that was beautifully struck. So important, takes them obviously 7 points clear now, and Ireland have it all to do.
Healy goes high again. Well taken in there by Frost, who sets off downfield. Throws the right arm out, the big fella striding out. Big Frost, here's Omar. What a try to the junior Wallabies. He did it all himself. He didn't need anyone else. The 19-year-old has gone 60 metres.
Well, you won't see a better individual second row try than that in these under-20s World Championships. Look at the smile on his face, the Brumbies lock. It was superbly taken in the air, and then off he went. He saw the space, he looked, he backed himself as soon as he handed off Flannery. He saw the line, and what an athletic individual score from Nick Frost.
Well, Nick Frost, he's just come back to Australian rugby. He's been over in New Zealand for a year with the Canterbury Crusaders and signed for the Brumbies next year. But what an effort from Nick Frost. Unbelievable. A little transfer at the last minute when he saw the defence coming across as well. As Harrison looks to add another two, puts it over.
That's a hammer blow for Ireland. So spirited in getting back. Look at this young man, a second row. 19-year-old goes 60 metres on his own from taking the kickoff.
Oh, that'll bring a tear to the eye of locks around the world.
Including yourself, man.
Tupou. Bell. Junior Wallabies now in control of this one. Lucas stepping. Green shirts all around him, looking for the support. Hosea has been busy this afternoon.
Yeah, he's been great. Him and Angus Bell really stood out for me up front for the junior Wallabies.
McDonald puts it higher. The chase coming through from Nwanganita Wasi, but it's been well read by Flannery at fullback. Milne. Healy in at first receiver. The captain, Charlie Ryan. Irish finally get their hands on the ball after 3 quick tries to the junior Wallabies. McKee on the field for Ireland. And they win the turnover, the junior Wallabies. They finally had their tails up after the Irish, who put in a brave performance.
Yeah, it's taken its toll, hasn't it? You know, all of the effort that they've put in.
Start and goal, fellas.
An interesting decision from the Junior Wallabies here. Shot at goal. It's a fully 45 meters. Conditions perfect for kicking here at Santa Fe.
Say if I ripped that, pass it back.
Yeah.
Would that be fine or would that be a penalty?
Yeah, I'd rather you ripped it and placed it back. I'd rather continuity. So take it.
You know where there's just 50-50 ones where I had it and then like kind of falling back.
Look, if you could take the ball in a legal position.
Ireland have had to ring the changes.
Same for them.
The squad is depleted, a little bit battered, having been down to 14 men, and Junior Wallabies only made one change as Michael McDonald, the scrum half, fancies his chances from a fully 46, 47 meters. 56 meters.
Some huge kick here for Michael McDonald with less than 10 to play. Smashes it, but it's not going to have the distance. Had the direction. And now Ireland running it back through Cormac Foley.
First man, steal is good.
McWright again. A colossus over the ball. What about the ball there from Frost? He can't find his winger on the outside, but he's run 60 metres for a try. Now he thinks he's a fly half, Mick Frost.
It was the right decision, though. The cut-out pass, there was space on the outside, he went for it. He's thinking, well, my luck's in today.
Hang on, lads. We're making changes. Number 8, who's number 8, lads?
Pat Tarfer coming onto the field now for the Junior Wallabies, and Declan Adamson
he's gone off the side
for Ireland.
And 11 as well. 11.
Pat Tarfer from the Northern Suburbs Club in Sydney.
Okay, thank you. When you're ready,
onto the field.
Chris, 9 minutes to go.
Thanks, Santi, thank you.
Will Harris coming from the field. Junior Wallabies win the line out against the throw. McWright. Into the 22 now.
No, good.
Well in control. The men in gold, Angus Bell, who's been tireless this afternoon. The new man, Tarfer. Ireland win the turnover, giving the Junior Wallabies a bit of a taste of their own medicine at the ruck.
Well, they got 8 minutes, Andrew. They clearly need to close this gap. Maybe not enough time to win the game, but maybe draw level. 2 converted tries. Healy sends a bomber downfield.
Yep.
Tui tried to volleyball, dig that back into the field of players. We take another look at Isaac Lucas's try.
Yeah, he's been involved in the Junior Wallabies comeback, hasn't he? Shown his class. 3 brothers that have played in the green and gold of Australia. And what about this man? Nick Frost takes the restart and runs a full 60 meters down the touchline to score. That's something he'll never forget.
Okay, great, let's go.
Hosea coming from the field. He's had a stormer of a game for the Aussies as well. Ireland have it. Healy shaped the pass both sides, went himself. Quick ball for Milne around the corner. Kernahan. McWright over it.
No.
The penalty is
falling on the ball, off feet.
To Ireland after McWright just lost his feet.
That's a seriously depleted Ireland 15. They're on the field now. There's 2 hookers on the field. There's 2 scrum halves on the field. Their squad is a bit battered, but they're still in it.
6.5 to play.
Yeah, gold line short.
Endured
Yeah, take the line.
3 hammer blows from the Junior Wallabies in succession. But now we're back up. The attacking end of the field for Ireland. Ryan wins it. They set up the maul. McKee looking to control it at the back. Now they get
through the middle, keep it up, ball carrier to ground.
A bit of momentum forward, but the Junior Wallabies have turned it over. They want to be careful of celebrating too hard here, the Junior Wallabies, after reversing a penalty earlier.
Yeah, he's been pretty firm on that, hasn't he, referee?
We'll come across slightly out of this mud.
But they're absolutely delighted with their comeback. They've dug in. They made minimal changes, only the last few minutes. But people come on, but Ireland have had to make changes. They've had the red card.
Here's your mark.
And it's certainly a makeshift 15 that are out there now. What a great game, what a great advert. You know, what a first game you had at Santa Fe in match day 2.
Unbelievable. We've had it all today.
Crouch.
It's only match 1 of the 3 this afternoon.
Ready! Now!
Get it out quickly, the Junior Wallabies.
Okay,
5 minutes to play. Wilson.
Use it.
McDonald out of the box. Nwanganitawasi chasing. And it goes into
green.
touch off an Irish hand.
Off green.
Turner.
You can't go quick.
Couldn't hold onto it, so it'll be a Junior Wallabies throw.
Yeah, Turner's had to move to the left wing. Stuart Moore's gone off. Took a bit of a bump,
and take another step for me.
You have now Healy at 10. And in midfield, you've got Cormac Foley. Traditionally a scrum half. He's playing there in midfield.
Junior Wallabies win it. Valesio sends it wide. That's a Tui. Tui beats the first. Now he comes back infield, Sione Tui. Tafa takes it out of the hands of Harrison. Now Bell, who's been brilliant this afternoon, has it. Tries to get the offload away around the corner. It's been turned over by the Irish. The ball went to grass from Bell, and now the Irish
scrum advantage is over.
Looking to attack. Riley into the action.
That's a foot. That's a green foot. Play on.
It's play on for the Junior Wallabies. McWright gets the offload off the ground to Harrison, who's got a clear run to the line. And Will Harrison dives in and puts a full stop and an exclamation mark on this one for the Junior Wallabies.
It's done and dusted. The comeback is complete. You've got to credit Ireland's resilience to get ahead with 14 men, but the Junior Wallabies have just really turned on the burners.
And 3 minutes to go.
Great.
And scored some fantastic tries to blow Ireland away at the end. And Will Harrison has been great with the boot today, but he's also marshalled things well for the Junior Wallabies. An Ireland mistake, turnover, quick hands, and Harrison's over.
Just a couple of minutes to play here in Santa Fe for the first match of Pool B. Of course, England and Italy facing off this afternoon. Harrison adds the extras. Fraser McWright coming from the field. Here's another look at it. There was no one in front of Will Harrison. The Junior Wallabies from the 60-minute mark have really put on the afterburners. Ireland get us restarted. On straight through goes Tizzano. And Frost is on his inside, and the big fella will go all the way for a second try. Nick Frost, he's come on in the second half and scored a double. Incredible stuff from the reserve second rower.
Okay,
so one more kick off?
Yeah.
Chris, all clear.
Yeah, we'll definitely be kicking off again.
Chris, all clear. 1 minute and a half to go.
Great, thank you.
Yeah, really gapping the Irish now. The Junior Wallabies, Tizzano made a lovely break up the middle, and he found a striding Nick Frost on his inside. A A minute to play, and Harrison's going to take all the time he needs for this one. What a talent, Nick Frost. 19 years of age, 205 centimetres. He can probably clock the 100 in pretty quick time too. Harrison adds the extras. 45-17.
10 Australia, or 2. 10.
The Irish have been brave this afternoon.
Is he off already, or do we need to start?
Taking the lead in the 60th minute, the 56th minute in fact. And then the Junior Wallabies lifted the tempo. Of course, the Irish playing with 14 men for a good hour of this match.
Tackle. That was off a foot. Correct, it was out.
McDonald, the offload off the ground. Oh, Abra on the field for the Junior Wallabies.
Backwards.
Wilson, Junior Wallabies just winding it down.
Got you. That's time, Australia, that is time.
Say Hungana on the field.
Unlucky, let go now, give it up.
All they have to do is put it out to Junior Wallabies, but they want another one. The Aussies. Tafa. McDonald looking for the runner around the corner. They just need to put it out, the Junior Wallabies, but they're happy to keep playing rugby here in Santa Fe.
Yes, that's time. That's time, yes. Okay, hold now, Ireland. Timing, please. Wait.
McDonald sends it back to Lucas, who puts it into touch. The Junior Wallabies take control of Pool B.
Well done, boys.
They defeat the Irish in emphatic fashion here in Santa Fe. 45 points to 17.
Australia 45. Irlanda 17. Bien fuerte el aplauso para
It was a red card to Ryan Baird in the 20th minute that really put the Irish on the back foot, but for a good 40 minutes, the Irish really had the Junior Wallabies under the pump. And then the 62nd minute, a try to Isaac Lucas. A minute later to Nawanga Nitawasi, and then Nick Frost with a brilliant individual effort really put this one beyond Ireland's reach. And further tries to Will Harrison, the Junior Wallabies fly half, and another one to Nick Frost. What a super sub the big fella has become. And the final score being 45-17. Craig Casey scoring a try for the Irish team, and a brilliant individual effort from Stuart Moore put them into the lead, but it wasn't enough for the Irish. The Junior Wallabies getting the job done. Celebrations for the Aussies. They go clear now in Pool B with a bonus point victory. Let's get some reaction from the Aussie captain.
Well, Fraser, congratulations. An amazing last 20 minutes, but give credit to the Irish team. They really put you under the pump.
100%, and we knew that coming into this match, and we knew it was going to be grind, and hopefully if we played our sort of 40, we knew we could play, and in the back, hopefully 15 we would score some points, and you know, we did that. We got lucky with the red card, but you know, we stuck to our systems and ended up playing some good 40, so really, really proud of the lads.
Some great tries there in the second half in particular, some individual efforts, but as a team, you must be confident going into match day 3.
Yeah, 100%. I think we knew we can play like that, and we just got to trust our systems, and we have great individual players in those sort of positions to make those key decisions, and luckily we got some offloads away and scored some really brilliant tries, so to impress the massive crowd here. So yeah, again, just really, really stoked for the lads.
Congratulations on a great individual and team performance.
Thanks, mate. Really appreciate it. Thank you.
The Junior Wallabies captain there making some crucial turnovers himself, but it was a team performance in the end. And the Wallabies fans here in Santa Fe will be very happy. The Irish, they'll want to go back and regroup. Let's get some reaction from the Irish captain with Sean Holly.
Charlie, really disappointing, you know, down to 14 men, and the scoreline probably didn't reflect the overall performance, but you must be really proud of your players.
Yeah, listen, it's always going to be tough to beat Australia with 14 men. Yeah, we're going to bounce back from this. Obviously, the 14 men for 60 odd minutes, it's always going to be really tough. So we're going to go look back, review, and just come back really strong for this Italy game.
Amazing that you got into the lead with 14 men. You know, you must have been thinking at that time it was on. How depleted are the squad? How battered are you? And can you pick yourself up for match day 3?
No, 100%. Of course we can. Yeah, so listen, the last 20 minutes is always going to be more difficult with 14 men. But we're going to look at this Italy game now. We're going to have 15 men for the 80 minutes there, please God. So we're going to bounce back.
Good luck in the next game, Charles.
Thank you.
Charlie Ryan there, the Irish captain. They will have to pick up the pieces, as Sean Holly said, a depleted squad. Here's a look at the Pool B standings, and the Australians now taking control. England and Italy facing off later this afternoon here in Santa Fe, but it is the Aussies with a 10 points atop of Pool B, Irish with 5 points. What an afternoon, what a start to match day 2 here in Santa Fe. Thank you very much for your company at home. We'll see you next time.